whose side of this argument do you fall on? Because I know this has been out there for a few days, so we might be behind it because our joint will come out till Tuesday. But evidently, as you saw before, he did say, and I'll go ahead and play the clip because actually that's what's making the news. That he thinks that he may be more talented than Shohei Ohtani, or at least his skill set is one that's a little bit more demanding. Here you go. I'll let it play real quick. We'll start it from the get-go.
Probably me what I do in football because it's a lot on your body. You know, Tony, he's a great player, but you got to do a lot in football.
Yeah, okay. Well, so this begs the question, who does more in which sport? The football players or the basketball players? Now, some have already commented on this and have made their comments very, very clear as to what it is that they believe is actually more difficult or what may not be. And one of those folks is your boy Chad Ochocinco. Here's what he had to say.
Things in life are hitting the baseball and keeping a woman happy long term. The two most difficult things in life. You hear me? Very. So the fact that the two most difficult things in life are hitting the baseball and keeping a woman happy long term. The two most difficult things in life. You hear me?
And I know what I feel, but I'm curious as to what y'all fellas feel about these comments. Okay, go ahead, Ty. You got something in your mouth.
Let me tell you something, man. First of all, hey, we got to stop Chad. Chad is a menace.
Come on, Chad.
Chad, listen. My boy, on, I think he was one of the greatest wide receivers to ever play the game. I'll start with that. But lately, man, you've been just letting a lot of shit come out your mouth. Now,
come on.
You first say two of the hardest things in life is to hit a baseball and to keep a woman happy long term. Well, Chad, according to you, you ran out of PP a long time ago, and there's definitely going to be hard to keep a woman happy in those regards for a long time. But hitting a baseball is not the hardest thing in the world to do, or the most difficult thing to do in the world. Anything that you practice at becomes easier. Now, if you're talking about a person who's never hit a baseball, well, you might be right. It might be the most difficult thing for that person. But if you practice, just like in football, you would have to go through the same things. This is not even close. This is not even remotely close. Playing football is very difficult. You know why? Because you're constantly having to make decisions that could alter your life. You make the wrong cut, that could be the end of your career. You make the wrong read, you might get your leg broke. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of things and a lot of different scenarios that can happen in football that make it way more challenging than baseball. Yo, I get the extended amount of time that you play baseball, where you play in a way longer season. I'll give you that. I'll give you that you play longer games, because those innings could stretch to extra innings. I'll give you that. But when it comes to you getting out there, any Tom, Dick, or Harry to just get on a football field, you are potentially setting yourself up to die. That's what I'm saying. Like, this is not, I could get on a baseball field, maybe not make a catch, maybe not make a throw, maybe not hit the ball, but I'm going home after that baseball game. If I get on that football field with those players and I don't know what the hell I'm doing, they might carry me out on the stretcher. And that tells you everything you need to know. So in comparison to, in fairness to my man Chad Ochocinco, I know this spotlight is big right now. You just want to say anything to get that soundbite, but man, this was not even close. And so yeah, I totally disagree with Chad Ochocinco and anybody else who thinks that baseball is more difficult than football.
Ron?
He said the two most difficult things in life to do are to hit a baseball and keep a woman happy long term. Now, my take is this: while the second point might be true, because it has not been proven that a large group of men are able to keep a woman happy long term. We do live in a day and age where 2/3 of marriages end in divorce. So he might be right on that second one. But I can think of a whole bunch of things that are more difficult to do than hit a baseball. Nigga, what about the people that defuse bombs?
Oh, well, all right, come on, Ryan. That's not what we're talking about. We're not comparing.
You know what's so harder to do than hit a baseball? Land a plane. What if you on a goddamn flight and they say the pilot died? Somebody come up here and land this plane. You talk about, well, shit, I ain't never did it before, but I didn't hit a lot of baseballs. How hard could it be? Nigga.
We're not talking about a dude who's
laser surgery.
But that's not the
No, that nigga said the two most hardest things to do.
Probably me when I go football because it's a lot on your body. You know, Tony, he's a great player, but you got to do a lot in football.
I mean,
now see, this the part y'all missing, bro. This is Travis Hunter making this comment.
Right.
If we were comparing baseball to football, there might not be a conversation. Both those games happen very fast. We just watched the combine where they were showing you defensive linemen running 4.8s and 4.9s. Nigga, that is a whole lot of man. He 315, 330 pounds, getting 40 yards in less than 5 seconds. That is the game is fast. And to Ty's point, everybody trying to put you in the hospital when they playing football. Like, they don't record the errors in football. They record the errors in baseball because ain't nobody gonna die if I don't catch this ground ball. If I miss this fly ball, it's a home run. It's not a hospital visit. Like when somebody get hurt in baseball, it's breaking news. They stop the game. Like everybody take their hats off. When somebody get hurt in football, they already got a crew on the sideline because they expect that shit every play, every down. They expect somebody to get carted off with their damn thumb up as the crowd clap for them with the slow clap. So football and baseball are equally difficult. However, this is Travis Hunter, where we already discussed he does 2 or 3 football jobs. So to do what he does, his answer wasn't football is harder than baseball. His answer was what? I'd say me and what I do in football is probably harder than what Ohtani does. You got a lot to do. Nigga, when I play defense, I'm running just as fast as the nigga that's trying to catch a touchdown backwards.
Okay. So basically what it sounds like he's trying to say in that drawable language he's speaking is that basically football for him, is harder. And what he does as a two-way player is harder than what Ohtani does. So what's your opinion on this, homeboy, if you have it?
I have no opinion, sir. I like to not comment on dumbness, stupidness.
No, don't let that nigga bully you. Don't let that nigga bully you so low because he a baseball versus everything. I get tired of his ass with these nonsensical fucking debates. Okay, let's put it to bed like this. How many former football players are playing baseball?
None.
The last one was Bo Jackson, wasn't it?
Bo Jackson?
Well, actually,
now how many former baseball players?
Dion.
Now, how many former baseball players are playing football?
Okay, that's not the question. The question
That's the answer, though. That's the answer. Most of your NFL quarterbacks these days play baseball. Right or wrong, true or false?
Fair enough.
Jalen
But
Hurts.
this is
Right,
not about
because they was proving they could do both sports. Back then, they was bad motherfuckers back then.
So that's what I'm saying. Clearly, baseball ain't that hard. If them niggas can go play
oh my
baseball
God.
and then come play football. Because I ain't seen none of them football niggas be like, man, football just too hard. Let me go play baseball.
No. Okay. Now, wow, you wilding out. You know, you are completely out of line. You are outside the whole stadium, not even out of bounds. My nigga, the question is not which harder. So I'm gonna get your ass.
That was the question. Which is harder?
The question was, which is harder, what you do or what Ohtani does? Now they're both sides players. They both play both sides of the field, defense and offense. So the question is, of your two talent sets, which of them is more difficult? Now, it's not which is harder, football and baseball, because we all going to sit here and argue that because you can get hurt easier in football, that makes it harder. Although I would just argue that just makes it more physical, doesn't necessarily make it more difficult.
Baseball is a low contact sport.
Low contact doesn't mean easy. These things don't mean easy. Easy does not.
No,
mean
I'm
low
saying I'm not saying it makes it easy. I'm saying that's what makes football harder, because not only do they have to run fast, catch the moving object, it's also full contact.
But that doesn't make it more difficult. It just makes it hurt more. It doesn't mean that it's easier or harder. It just means that it hurts when you get hit. So baseball is not a contact.
Hold on.
Baseball has killed people.
Let me ask a question though.
Come on.
Can I ask the question, sir? I'm gonna kill this real quick, and this will answer it all. How many plays in baseball versus football?
How many what?
How many plays do they draw up against baseball and football? You say difficult, right?
To do with nothing.
Ain't no schemes in baseball. Okay, so I'm gonna fake like I'm gonna hit it. I'm gonna move out the way.
Listen, can we stay on one question? The question isn't who has more plays. The question isn't who gets hurt more. The question isn't who gets hit more. The question is which is more difficult for an offensive player on defense on football to be a cornerback and also a good wide receiver, or for you to be able to hit 50 home runs, steal 60 bases, and then turn around and throw a ball right down the middle of a strike zone at 100 miles an hour and fool a bunch of pitchers. And I think Shohei Ohtani has a harder job, although I will admit if he tried to be a wide receiver or cornerback, he would get hurt more quickly. But it doesn't mean it's harder.
Using your Malcolm X fingers ain't gonna drive your point harder, because you know how to gesticulate. Nigga, you're not gonna win on hand punctuation. I got a list of names for y'all. Jameis Winston.
He played baseball.
Jalen Hurts. Russell Wilson. Deion Sanders. Dan Marino. Patrick Mahomes. John Lynch. Brian Jordan, Bo Jackson, John Elway, Tom Brady.
Amen. Preach.
What are you saying? What are you saying?
They all also play baseball, is what he's saying.
But did they all play pitch? Did they all pitch and hit? And not just hit a record amount of home runs in a season that you just came off of a Cy Young surgery for. I will take my fingers back, and also set a new world record in which you get 50 home runs and 50 stolen bases, and you're a pitcher. You're from America.
You're embarrassing me right now, Vince Taylor. You're embarrassing me, bro. You know you lost this. You know you need. Listen, he want to help. You better let him in. Let him in. You need some help. You need to go and get your boy.
Let me end the argument just with this. Let me say it just as plainly as this. Shohei Ohtani could easily put on shoulder pads, put on a helmet, put on the leg pads, go out there, play wide receiver, play cornerback. He'll be terrible at it. He'll make an attempt, probably get hit, might hurt, but he can do it. Do I think Travis Hunter?
Let me dunk on your forehead. Let me dunk on your forehead right now.
Can Travis Hunter hit 5 home runs in 162 games? Excuse me. Fuck no. Can Ohtani?
No, not even you, Ty. Solo. Throw the lob in the air. I'm finna dunk. I'm finna catch y'all bad boy dunk on this nigga forehead.
There you go. Whatever.
How many pitchers pitched the whole fucking game?
Okay. You telling me Travis Hunter plays the whole game?
Yes.
The whole game.
Yes.
Travis Hunter.
The whole game. He played every down.
Yes.
He played every down.
So you saying that
from the time the game starts to the time the buzzer goes off, this nigga plays 120 plus pounds every fucking game.
Listen,
you got to see this shit.
Listen, Vinny, this is what I tried to tell you earlier. This is what I tried to tell you when Black Ron told you he was
put him on the screen.
When he was half of 1%. This is the thing about Travis Hunter. He's different. But he does play every snap of every play all game. Okay. I just told you in college he played all 3 phases of the game. Special teams.
This nigga never comes off the field.
And offense. He won the Heisman Trophy because he is a two-way star like never seen before. Now, has there been a two-way star that also won a Heisman? Yes, Charles Woodson.
Charles Woodson.
Charles Woodson did it. But what I'm saying, yes, Charles Woodson did. He was the
first. But Charles Woodson didn't play every series.
He did it. And yes,
Ohtani has a great batting average and a wonderful home run percentage. But the way the batting rotation works, he might not see the fucking plate every inning. He might not bat every inning.
That's true. So it doesn't make it any harder to hit the ball when it comes to him.
Hold on. Let me finish dunking on the forehead. Let me do it with my fingers so you understand. The order is he may or may not go to the plate every inning. That's just the way batting orders work. But the way the pitching order is set, he may pitch 5 innings. He's not going to pitch more than 6. You can be damn certain of that. So, and his strikeout percentage that's going as great as he's going, that means he's throwing somewhere between 18 and 45 pitches before he got to come sit down. If he strike out everybody, that's 18 pitches. That's 3 pitches for 6 innings.
If you strike out everybody, that's 27 outs. But
27 outs. And then he go sit down and he ain't got to work no more because here's another thing. Starting pitchers don't play every fucking game.
No, they don't.
That's definitely true. But that's what makes
Travis greater than him because Travis is there every game, every down, every play from the time his cleats touch the turf until the buzzer goes off. This nigga is on the field. That's why I say he don't come off even during the halftime show. He the drum major for the Colorado marching band. This nigga.
I'm not taking this from a nigga that looked like a Minecraft character. Like you gotta get your Wi-Fi up to fuck with me, homie. I'm sorry, bro. So come on, what's up, Ty?
Yo, Vinny, I was gonna say this because this is really the deciding factor between the two, that which kind of supports what Travis said in the first place. The difference between what he does and what Ohtani does is in football, the opposing team will actually game plan against a specific player if they are an elite player. So let's talk about Travis for an instance. He plays wide receiver. He also plays cornerback. So as a cornerback, they may decide to go away from him, which would take him out of the play.
Right.
Or
his interception number is very low.
it would be very low. That would be their way to game plan against them on the defensive side of the ball. On the offensive side of the ball, they could double team him. They could stack one side of the defense whenever he's moves around because he's the capable receiver to be able to move around on the field. So there's a lot of different ways that they would do it. With Shohei Ohtani, that's not how baseball works. Baseball is not going to have a game plan per se for Ohtani. They'll have their hitters look at certain pitches that he throws, and they'll practice swinging against those hits. That's not the same as you taking and you can't stack anything against Ohtani in terms of when he's pitching. If it's on the offensive side and he's at bat, the only thing your game plan could be is we'll intentionally walk him. That's totally different from what you're doing.
Hit him in the head.
It's not
like they hit him in the Padres. The Padres hit Ohtani with a pitch. Do you remember Manny Machado going back and forth with Flaherty because they hit Ohtani with a pitch? These pitches.
Travis Hunter got flipped in the air, and the ball didn't even come his way.
He got hit. What the fuck? Yo, what are we talking about right now? Yo, you cannot.
We talking about the fact that you won't accept that Travis Hunter, his answer was not football. His answer was play the clip again so you can hear it.
Nigga, I'll play the clip because I want to. Nigga. All right, here we go. Here go the clip. We'll start it from the beginning. There's the question.
Probably me what I do in football because it's a lot on your body. You know, Tony, he's a great player, but you got to do a lot in football.
I'll play it one more time.
Probably me what I do in football because it's a lot on your body. You know, Tony, he's a great player, but you got to do a lot in football.
So the nigga look too smart to speak so stupid. Nigga, I need you to.
Man, he only looks smart. That's what happened when they take all the nerd genes and switch them over to athletics. You ain't never seen no nerd that look buff. You ain't never seen one of them tall for nothing ass niggas that can't hoop. Yeah, that nigga only looks smart, nigga. That's just what thick glasses do for you.
That guy just called me out. It's that guy.
Tall for nothing, can't dunk at all.
Can't dunk at all.
You gotta lower the rim a little bit.
Can't jump over a pencil.
All right. Let me go back to the point. Let me go back to the point right quick. The point
what's the point?
The point is that we're comparing.
The point is, he think baseball. He think Ohtani is Jesus from Japan.
I didn't say that. I just think that
Ohtani. Oh, hey, listen. Ohtani is not mentioned in nothing in sports other than baseball. When other people compare other people to other people, hold on. Let me say this. If other people are compared because when they so great at something. That it supersedes all other sports. I ain't heard shit about Ohtani on nothing other than baseball.
That doesn't make any sense, bro. Like you don't hear people saying like, "Oh, LeBron is the best football player," or Michael Jordan. He sucked in baseball. Michael Jordan.
No. But what he's saying is Wayne Gretzky is called the Michael Jordan of hockey.
Amen.
And they're saying that basically Ohtani is a unicorn because he's not like anybody else we've ever seen in our entire life.
And that's what we telling you about Travis Deontay Hunter.
Well, that's fine. But I just don't think Travis Hunter can throw a fastball and hit 50 home runs. That's all I'm saying. I mean, I think
and Ohtani can't catch 1,000 yards and block 100 catches. And catch 100 punts and run 100 touchdowns.
Here's where I will concede. If what y'all said is true, because I was unaware of this, you know, if he played a game from start to finish on both sides of the ball, if he's ever done that, even in one game, then I take my
He did it for the whole season. He did it for the whole season.
I take my argument back completely then because Ohtani, you can't play a game where if he's pitching, he's not hitting. You know what I'm saying? And if he's hitting, he's probably not pitching. If he's pitching, he's probably only pitching every 5th or 6th game. and if he's hitting, he's only hitting when he's 1 out of 9 in the lineup. So,
okay, so why is it a good point when you say it?
Well, because I thought this is my impression. I'm not as familiar with Travis Hunter as y'all. I'm gonna keep it real. Like I said, like I'm a baseball guy.
I just said that shit 5 minutes ago. You was like, "Fuck you, Ron. Shut your dumb ass up." And then you gonna come back now that you saying with your calm voice, Timu Montel Williams.
What I'm trying to say right quick is that I thought that Travis was a both sides of the defense and offense player, but not all in the same game. Like I thought, because I saw him when they were talking about if he gets recruited, then which side of the ball would he want to play? And he was like, I still don't see why I have to choose. If I can be an Iron Man, why do I have to stop being an Iron Man in the NFL? But I was always under the impression that he would choose which one he would for that game, or that he would not necessarily.
That's because them white folks don't want to give him 2 checks. If he plays both offense and defense in the NFL, they would have to give him the pay that they give to both an offensive and a defensive personnel, because that will require him to have 2 different positions coaches, be in 2 different position rooms. And I'm not talking about in a sporadic sense. I'm talking about like he is part of the scheme and part of the nickel defense on every week. You know what I'm saying? Like Ty said, they drawing up plays for this nigga. The opposition is coming up with new schemes. He's like, if he on the field, don't throw on that side. Quarterbacks gotta know that. What side of the field is 12 on before they even yell hike? So now the defense got to come up with fake coverages where he start on the left-hand side of the field and roll to the right, because they know the quarterback gonna throw over there.
So okay, one more point. Also, to what Ron was saying, that's a very good point right there, because you not understand. This kid might look stupid, talk stupid. I mean, he might talk stupid, but he on that field, he knows.
Oh, he football smart. He football smart as fuck.
Yeah, he football smart like I ain't never seen it before. And that guy is amazing. You just gotta watch it. You haven't watched the game.
You know how they be saying LeBron is basketball smart. Like they really say like LeBron be playing chess out there. Like he's really a genius when it comes to basketball. Travis Hunter is that same way, bro.